When I restarted my YouTube channel, I had just 70 subscribers, not exactly a booming audience, but to me, it felt like the perfect starting line for a personal challenge. I didn't set out to go viral or become famous. My goal was simple: to improve my creative skills and, let's be honest, to finally give my gaming hobby a bit more credibility in the eyes of my family. You know how it is, spending hours playing games is suddenly more acceptable when you say, it's for content. This time around, though, I wanted to actually put some heart into it. No more lazy uploads or half-baked attempts. I was ready to give it real effort, learn to edit better, think about pacing, thumbnails, all that good stuff. I dove into it with the same kind of excitement you get when you unwrap a new game you've been waiting for. It was fresh, it was fun, and I felt like I was finally doing something for me. Naturally, my content of choice was gaming, not hard to guess. I ended up going down the rabbit hole of Let's Plays. At first, it was a blast. I mean, who doesn't want to hit record and just play their favorite games while talking nonsense? It felt easy and comfortable, like hanging out with a friend. I got a kick out of editing the silly parts and adding goofy sound effects. Even though I was still figuring things out, I was proud of the effort I was putting in. And slowly, things started to grow. Seeing even 1 or 2 new subscribers after uploading made my day. Every little comment, every like, it was a boost of energy that kept me going. It wasn't just about numbers, though. For the first time, I was taking a hobby I loved and turning it into something creative, something I could shape and improve over time. That felt amazing. But as the weeks went on, that initial spark started to fade. About 4 months into the journey, I had grown the channel to around 200 subscribers. On paper, that sounds like progress, and it was. But behind the scenes, I was running on empty. I had been pushing myself to upload 2, sometimes 3 times a week, and it was starting to take a toll on me. What used to feel fun and exciting now felt like a chore. I would sit in front of the editing timeline, staring blankly, dragging clips around with zero motivation. I tried to convince myself it was just a rough patch. Push through, I'd say. Consistency is key. But no matter how many pep talks I gave myself, I couldn't shake the growing sense of burnout. I was tired, not just physically, but creatively. Let's Plays, which had once been a lighthearted escape, now felt repetitive, even soulless. I realized I wasn't enjoying the process anymore. I wasn't laughing while recording, and editing became this dreaded task I kept putting off. And the worst part? I started to feel disconnected from the very thing that made me start this journey in the first place, my love for gaming and storytelling. I had hoped this would be a way to express myself, to challenge myself creatively, but instead, I felt stuck in a loop, just trying to crank out content for the sake of it. The fun had quietly slipped away, and all that was left was pressure. There were nights I seriously considered quitting. I'd stare at my screen, looking at my subscriber count, wondering if any of it was worth it. I mean, I wasn't making money. I wasn't blowing up. And the effort I was putting in didn't seem to match what I was getting back. That little voice of doubt crept in and grew louder. Maybe you're just not cut out for this. I hated feeling that way. I didn't want to resent something I had once loved. But it was clear something had to change. I knew I couldn't keep grinding like this, not when my heart wasn't in it. I didn't want to quit entirely, but I also couldn't keep pretending that Let's Plays were my thing. So, standing on the edge of giving up, I made a decision. If this was going to work, I needed to try something different, something that actually excited me again. I didn't know if it would lead anywhere, but I figured, at the very least, I owed it to myself to try. And that's when everything changed. In a last-ditch effort to save my passion, I decided to try something I had always loved but never dared to attempt on my channel, a video essay. I had just finished a game that left a strong impression on me, and I thought, why not talk about it? Just once. I poured my heart into that video, scripted it carefully, recorded voiceovers with emotion, added edits that matched the mood. For the first time in a while, I actually enjoyed the process. I felt excited, inspired, like I had something meaningful to say. I hit publish without any expectations. But then, it happened. My notifications started going wild. Comments, likes, new subscribers, lots of them. That one video performed better than anything I had uploaded before. It was surreal. I remember literally staring at my screen with the shocked Pikachu face, refreshing the page just to make sure it wasn't some kind of glitch. But it was real. And more than the numbers, what truly hit me were the messages from viewers who got it, who connected with the way I told the story, who said it made them feel something. That was a kind of fulfillment I had never felt making Let's Plays. Suddenly, I wasn't just creating content, I was creating something that mattered. That single shift reignited my motivation in a big way. I started brainstorming new topics, diving deeper into storytelling, and really embracing the editing process. I wasn't rushing to meet a schedule anymore, I was crafting videos I felt proud of. And people noticed. Fast forward just 2 months, and here I am, 7 subscribers away from hitting my first 1,000. That number might seem small to some, but to me, it means everything. It's a symbol of growth, not just for the channel, but for me as a creator. My storytelling has improved, my editing feels more intentional, and the vibe of my channel? It finally feels like me. I wake up with excitement again, eager to work on new ideas, to try new formats, to push myself creatively. I'm learning, evolving, and most importantly, having fun. And it all started because I allowed myself to step away from what wasn't working and try something bold. The biggest lesson I've learned? If you're new and feeling stuck, don't be afraid to pivot. Don't be afraid to take risks, even if it means starting from scratch. Viewers can tell when you put in real effort, and they appreciate it more than you know. If someone like me, who nearly gave up, can find their path, then so can you. Keep experimenting, stay authentic, and trust the process. You've got this.